welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my labor and delivery story. So it took me a while to do this video because I need to organize myself with my three babies, my newborn, my 18-month-old, and my 3-year-old. I was able to do stuff because my mom was here, but while she was here, I did not take my time to film the video. So now that I'm here, that I have a little bit of time because the three babies are sleeping at the same time, which is amazing, I'm going to make the video. So as you guys know, I posted a video with showing you guys that I got induced at 38 weeks. I had the cholestasis, pregnancy cholestasis, which is I think I explained that already. I'm not gonna lose time explaining it on this video, but it was not good for the baby, and I had to get induced. The doctor tried to wait until 38 weeks because I started having the cholestasis when I was 35 weeks, and in between the 35 weeks and the 38 weeks I was getting monitoring every single day. Now, I got induced exactly the day that I turned 38 weeks. It was on a Friday, and he told me to come at 7 a.m. to the clinic. So I had everything ready. I want to talk about being induced and how different it is to really not knowing when your baby is going to come, because when you know the due date, but you actually don't know. It could come before or it could come after, and every time for me, my babies come before. Nathan came a week and something in advance. Naomi came. I was gonna get induced because with her I also had the cholestasis, but my water broke a day before the day I was supposed to get induced, and this time I was on a date. Nothing had moved. I asked my midwife that did the monitoring the day before. I gave birth on June 28th. She came on June 27th. No, June 26th. And I asked her to look at my to see if I was dilated or to check anything, because I wanted to maybe get the swipe. I'll check online and I'll post whatever that's name is. Like they try to get your water to break depending on how everything is. So I asked her, she checked, and she said, I'm not gonna do it, but if your uterus, like everything looks good, you are into a 2. I was 2 centimeters dilated, and that was 2 days before the induction. No, induction. No, 2 days before I was gonna get induced. So I decided to. Okay, she gave me some homeopathic little things to take, to go to the pharmacy and get. I will probably look for the names. I don't know if you can find that in the US or not, but here in France, I've told you guys, they're really big on that. And it was like 3 doses. I had to take one that day at night, another one the next day, and another one in the morning before they induced me. So I was excited because I said maybe in between the 26th and 27th, maybe something will happen, and maybe I will go before the day like I did with Naomi. But nothing happened, and my husband was asking me not to do anything because he just started working at a new place, and he already arranged everything to have Friday off. So nothing happened. And then Friday morning came. We woke up at 5:30 to get ready and be able to get there to 7 at 7. We got there late, a little bit late, but it was kind of weird. I was very, very emotional at night because I said, okay, I'm gonna leave my babies. I know my mom was here with the babies, so that was a good thing, and that was amazing that my mom was able to stay here with my babies. I am very, very grateful for that. But I got emotional, so I was hugging my babies and I was saying, tomorrow I'm not gonna be here, and then I'm not gonna come in 2-3 days because I'm gonna have another baby. I try to explain that to them, but it was hard. It was hard, and then waking up and knowing that I was getting ready to go give birth to the baby was a different emotional feeling. It was weird. I don't know how to explain this. It's like, you know, that day you're gonna like have your baby, and I don't know. It's weird. It was weird for me. It was very emotional. Very. I was very excited. At the same time, I was kind of worried that the I don't know. I was worried about complications or other stuff. So um we got there. As soon as we got there, you guys probably saw the other video. I showed you guys stuff that happened before I gave birth. But as soon as I got there, they were ready for me. They plugged me into the machine to check contractions, check everything, and then she said, I'm gonna come and check to see if you're dilated or what's going on. I guess the homeopathic thing helped. Also, I I got one essential oil that it's supposed to sage. I will write it down. I do not remember, and I just told my friend about it because she's supposed to give birth on the 18th, and she is not dilated at all, and I told her I used that oil. And I remember that with that, I put it when it tells you to put it on your feet and on the belly and massage it. And I did it 3 days before I got induced, and every time I put it on I will feel contractions. So I put on that before like when I was changing, I put it on my belly. I got like little contractions, and you can see it on the machine. And I also took lavender oil that it's supposed to help with the contractions and also calm and be able to manage the contractions. So it makes you get more contractions, but also helps you relax and calm. Because I was afraid, because when you get induced, you get the fake hormone to get contractions. When you're having a natural, like your water break naturally, everything is happening naturally, your contractions are coming from your brain, and your brain at the same time does two different hormones. I don't want to get too much into detail, but since you get the two hormones, one is for the contraction, the other one is to manage the contraction, to manage the pain. Since it's all natural, our bodies are amazing at that, so everything is done for a reason. Now, I was gonna get induced, and I was afraid of that. I was afraid of the pain because the contractions are gonna be stronger. You're gonna be more in pain because you don't have the other hormone made by your brain. So I was hoping to help myself however I could, and that's why I took the lavender oil, and I think it did help. I have a really high pain tolerance, so the first contractions were okay. You can see in the video I was fine. I was talking, I was laughing, and every time they would come check on me, check how dilated I was, I went from a 2 to a 4 in less than 2 hours. And she said, okay, I'm gonna put it up the hormone or the liquid that they put to make your contractions a little bit stronger. I'm sorry, I have to plug this in or it's going to die. So she said, I'm gonna keep on putting this higher so you get more until you are not laughing anymore. Well, obviously she was joking, but I was okay. I took the ball. I was with the ball. I was trying to like make the baby calm down also naturally. I had to have antibiotics, so I was already, and with the induced thing, I was already with stuff on my arm, so I wasn't able to walk around as I wanted or anything. But the ball did help a lot. I believe I was at a 7. Yeah. Then they came and checked me, and I was at 7 centimeters dilated. And she asked me if I wanted to get the epidural. I was fine. I was not in pain. I was talking to my husband. I was laughing. I was talking to her. But I was afraid that it would be too late to get the epidural. Or peridural. Yeah, epidural. So I told her, okay, yeah, I'm ready. So they took me and they put me in the other room. They called the anesthesiologist. They told my husband to wait, and they did the whole epidural. Now I went to the anesthesiologist before to get. They had to check my back, and I have a herniated disc. So he told me, okay, they were gonna put it a little bit higher. It's not gonna touch where I have the disc, but I explained to him that with my 2 kids that has never worked. The epidural hasn't worked. Well, first of all, with Nathan, they never put it in. They forgot to actually. I cannot find my words today. I'm sorry, guys. So actually, I don't want to say plug it in because I'm not a machine, but yeah, they forgot to like plug the whole thing so that I'll get it, and it was on the pillow. As you guys know, I will link the video down below. That was a very horrible and dramatic birth experience, and it was my first. And you could think that after that experience I wouldn't have any more kids, but yes, I did. This is my 3rd one. So I explained that to him, and he said, we'll see if it'll work, and we'll just try. So they did it, and I started feeling like a little bit of numbness, but I told my husband that I felt it only on my left side, and my left leg felt just a little heavy. I could still move my legs. I could still feel if he pinched my leg, I still like felt it. So I kind of felt everything, except I just felt my left leg numb. I felt some contractions, but they got a little bit. They started getting a little bit stronger, and I told her that I still felt them, and she's like, "Okay, let's just wait until it gets a little bit more." That was 11 a.m. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was there for 4 hours already, and she said to wait. Okay, so I told my husband, take out the lavender oil. Can I smell it? That was a back and forth thing. I knew exactly when the contractions were coming, and my midwife told me to breathe every time the contractions were coming and to allow them, to like welcome them into our bodies, because we need the contractions to be able to give birth to the beautiful baby that we want to see. And she's completely right. So I remember it was a little bit painful, and I was just breathing and saying, welcome the contraction, I'm happy you're here, you're gonna help me have my baby, you're gonna help me dilate, so I am good. Then the contractions started getting stronger and closer. My husband started seeing them. He's like, okay, I see them. Do you feel them? Yes, I feel them. I feel them. I felt them more on like the bottom of my belly and maybe it's TMI, my vagina. I felt a lot there. It was like a lot of pressure, and she came to check me at 11:30, I believe, and she said, "Okay, the baby is turned. You guys are he's turned, so that's why I have so much pressure right there. That's why I feel so much pressure." She said, "When he turns, you're gonna feel it less, but it's okay, and it's good that you feel it like that. When you feel like you have to push, you'll be good." So I said, "Okay." She left. I said, I asked her, "How long do you think this will take?" And she said, "Not long. I think that at 1 you will you'll give birth to your baby." So it was kind of exciting, and I started getting like excited, but also stressed out, because every time I am stressed out that I will not push enough or hard enough to take the baby out. And I guess it goes back to Nathan, because with Nathan I needed forceps because he wasn't in the right position, in the right direction. But um, I'm always afraid that they will never come out. I don't know why. That's just something that I'm afraid of every time I'm gonna give birth. So I started getting stressed out. The contractions started getting stronger, and I was breathing. I was feeling everything. Actually, uh, she said that I will have the baby at 1 as soon as the anesthetist came. So it was at 11 that she said that. So in 2 hours normally I would be giving birth. So the the whole thing, like, she left me. We were seeing contractions. She didn't come. Oh, she came back just to ask if I was cold, and they gave me a cover because I was cold, and I guess it's the epidural that does that. Even though I was feeling everything, my body, I felt very cold. So contractions, I was cold, and lavender oil. At one point, I don't know what time it was. I don't know how far it has been. It's just the contractions. I was just into the contractions. I don't know how far apart they were. Or how strong. I didn't see the monitoring. I didn't see anything. I was just trying to calm down with the contractions and ask Jeremy every time to give me and let me smell the lavender oil. So we smelled the lavender oil until the contractions got like super hard, and I told Jeremy to start putting music, because I had music on my phone to calm and have peaceful birth and help you calm with the pain and everything. I was trying to be very natural, even though I was at the hospital and I had like um, the epidural, I had the antibiotics, then I had the other stuff to give me more contractions. So even though it was very, how do you say, with a lot of medication, I still wanted to do like natural stuff. So Jeremy put the music. I started breathing, and then I told him, "You know what? Just, can you call them?" He's like, "Okay, you feel like pushing?" I said, "Yeah. Can you just call them?" So he called them, and I said, "I feel like I have to push." She's like, "Why do you feel like you have to push?" "Okay, let's check." She checked. She's like, "Okay, yeah, the head is there. Let's call your gyno." So they called my gyno, and I said, "I really, really have to push." Again, that happened with Naomi also. And she's like, "Okay, just wait until we get you ready." So I was okay. Oh no, before she said, "Okay, the head is there," she told me, "Okay, can you try to push when you get a contraction?" So she was checking me, and I got a contraction. I pushed, and she asked me, "Okay, the head is there," and she also said, "Do you feel better after pushing?" And I said, "Yes." Actually, it feels, I don't know, it's like a relief. It's like you relieve the pain by pushing. It's unbelievable how your body is. So they call my gyno, and they start getting everything ready, and my gyno is not coming. So she said, "Okay, let's do it." The other person came, to help me, and to help her and help me push. So I had Jeremy on my left side. um, the midwife was in front of me, and sorry guys, I don't know what happened. My computer just went black, and then it just didn't allow me to like come back, and then it just the video continued. So I'm gonna have to cut it and put this one back. So what I was saying is that I had Jeremy on my left, the midwife in front of me, and another midwife, I guess. Yeah. No, it was a nurse. I think, I'm not sure. Okay, someone else there to help, to be there to and help me. So she said, "Okay, are you ready?" And I said yes. So I started pushing. It was my first push, and she's like, "Okay, the head is there," but then I stopped, and then I felt that the head was there, stuck there, and I couldn't move. And she's like, "Okay, wait for the next contraction." I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, you made us lose a minute." So, well, she was just um, making fun of me, but I just said, "What if I can push?" I started like saying that, and she's like, "Calm down, everything is fine." Never mind. Before I started to push, Jeremy was on my left, and Jeremy started getting anxious and and worried, and she's like, "What happened?" She's like, "Every time," he said, "every time this part comes, I get stressed." And I said, "Me too, because I don't know if I'm gonna push. I don't know if he's gonna come out, and it's just so stressful." She's like, "You went through the whole thing. What are you guys gonna do?" Okay, so and then she asked me if I was ready, and I started pushing. And the first push, I guess I stopped because I couldn't. I guess I didn't breathe enough to like push harder. And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna let us miss another minute, so I'll wait for you. We'll be waiting. Don't move your legs," because I had it there, and it was very, very uncomfortable. So then I pushed again, and I felt everything again. And she's like, "Push, push, 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 push. Okay, breathe, 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 and push for the third one." So I started pushing, 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 and she's like, the baby's here. If you want to take him out." And I said, "Yeah, yeah." So I got up a little bit, and I took him out, and I put him or her. At that point I didn't know what it was, so I put the baby on top of me, and that's the best thing ever. After I give birth, I love that. I love feeling them, and that's the most important thing, to know that they are okay. And it was amazing because I was able to do the same thing that I did with Naomi, to take them out at the third push, to get up, push harder, and to help myself with my hands. And I love the fact that they do this at the clinic that I give birth to. This is amazing. So I put him or her on me because he didn't know their sex. And she looks at us. She's like, "You guys didn't check the sex?" Honestly, I'm gonna say that's not the first thing that it went to my mind. I wasn't thinking what the baby sex is. I wasn't thinking anything. I just wanted a healthy baby. And as soon as I knew it was out, that's all that mattered to me. So she's like, "Oh, you guys don't want to know? You guys don't want to know?" So I picked him up. I didn't see anything, but we had to move the umbilical cord, and my husband said, "Oh, it's a little guy." So we had our second baby boy, and it was amazing. It was fast, and he was born at 1 p.m. So it was amazing that the midwife was right, and everything just went fine. Even though the epidural did not work, even though I felt everything, it was good. Everything went fine. Everything went fast. I felt good afterwards. I did not feel tired or hungry. I just felt good. And my gyno comes in. My gyno comes in, and I had the baby here, and he's like, "Oh, that was fast." And I said, "Yes, it was fast. It's always fast, and you never come when the baby when I'm pushing the baby out." So he left, and then they took the baby to clean him a little bit and weigh him. Jeremy went to see that while the doctor did my stitches. I only had 2 stitches, so that's a good thing. And then they bring back the baby, and they tell me his weight. He was 3 kilos, 870 grams. I don't know exactly how much that is. I will just put here or somewhere here how much that is in pounds. But the doctor looked at me and said he was glad that the baby came at 38 weeks because later on he doesn't know how big the baby was gonna be. So he is the biggest baby I've ever given birth to, and he's super healthy. I'm gonna make a video about his 1 month old and 1 month old. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make a video about his 1 month, and I'm probably make another video about the 1 month postpartum for my third child. So everything is good. Everything went super good for my delivery, my birth and delivery, labor, and everything. So I just wanted to let you guys know, sit down and talk to you guys about it. It was a really amazing experience getting induced, having those emotions, because they're completely different. And they say no pregnancy is the same, no labor is the same, and obviously no kid is the same. But it is true, no labor has been the same so far, and no pregnancy has been the same either. So thank you guys for watching. Please, please, please subscribe, thumbs up, and leave some comments. Let me know if what you guys want me to do, other videos that you would like me to do. Just give me ideas, and be happy to read them and do them. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up and subscribe.